Well, good evening. I'm meteorologist Mike Simon. Hope you've been having a great Sunday. I know the weather has turned out fabulous today after fog this morning. Well, I wanted to give you a tropical update because the intermediate advisories have come out for both Tropical Storm Imelda and also Hurricane Humberto. Of course, we're more concerned with Imelda. However, Humberto is going to have an influence on where Imelda ends up tracking. Let's go ahead and show you first of all these two storm systems. Hurricane Humberto is an extremely dangerous hurricane. Thank goodness it's staying out offshore in the ocean at the moment, and it should not be coming toward the United States. Although Bermuda is nearby, it looks as though it may avert Bermuda too. So first of all, let's go ahead and take a look at the bigger picture with Hurricane Humberto. Still a formidable hurricane, category 4 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. There are 5 categories. It was once a 5 and had 160 mile per hour winds. Right now it's down to 145 mile per hour wind. It has a northwest movement about 13 miles an hour. You can see it should round Bermuda. Bermuda is right there. You can see it in yellow, and it's always very close to these storm systems since it just kind of sticks out there and is in the place where we often see these storm systems go. So let me go ahead and show you first of all. There it is. And it's not very far away from category 2 hurricane once it rounds the island. For us, even though it's that far away from, you notice how the distance that it is from the shoreline of North Carolina, it's about 500, little over 550 miles away from the coast of North Carolina. It's still going to cause some very rough seas and some rough surf right along the coastline as it passes, just because it's so large and also so strong of a hurricane. Okay, let's get to Imelda. Imelda is still somewhat disorganized, trying to get its act together slowly. It's moving a little faster to the north at about 9 miles per hour, has 40 mile an hour winds, but it doesn't show a lot of organization just yet. Although it's battering the islands of the Bahamas, they're under a tropical storm warning. That's what the blue shading is around those islands. And it's battering them with a lot of heavy downpours. It is expected to go north and then curve away. Now what's going on is it's going to interact. Since it was going so slowly, it was able to interact with the hurricane. And Humberto is actually going to help steer it away from the coastline. So it's not expected to get quite as close as it once was. And that's some good news not only for us, but for the folks along the shoreline. You can see it's going to pass the center of it anyway at about 330 some odd miles from South Carolina coast. It is going to end up causing some problems though along the coast, regardless if it's that far away. It could end up picking up quite a bit of rain along the coastline too. Let me show you Tropical Futurecast to indicate how they interact. You can see that Imelda is gearing up. It's looking more like a tropical storm and eventually may become a hurricane category 1 before it finally ends up moving away toward the east-northeast and then shoots off out to sea. But both of those tropical systems are going to produce some very rough surf, going to have a little bit of a storm surge possible on the coastline. Wave heights could exceed 2 to 3 feet or so. 1 to 3 foot storm surge possible along the coast of South Carolina and southeastern North Carolina, and they're going to get copious amounts of rain too as it interacts with the coastline. So here's rainfall forecast. This is an estimation of how much could possibly happen. Most places 1 inch to 3 inches of rain, but right around where you see there on the coastline of South Carolina, right around Charleston, stretching up to Myrtle Beach, that's where they're going to get hammered with more rain. They could pick up about 5 to 7 inches of rain in that area. Could cause some extensive flooding as it does so. Now inland for us, we're not going to get so much now. It's actually going to help us out. Both those storm systems are going to improve our weather tremendously. Let me give you a recap of the storm names right now. We're through the I storm. We've already had another major hurricane, Cat 5, which was Aaron, if you recall. Gabrielle was also a major hurricane at Cat Cat 4. The next one would be Jerry if we get another one. Now here's our forecast. We at one time had about a 30% chance of rain on Tuesday, Wednesday, and a little bit on Thursday. But since it's going to be backing off away from us and being mainly offshore, we are not going to get near as much of an impact when it comes to rain. Only a 20% chance on Tuesday, and those will be quite spotty showers as we get some of that moisture from North Carolina over the line into East Tennessee. So tomorrow's going to be gorgeous, a little warm, 83. Tuesday, a few more clouds associated with the meltdown. What happens is we get those bands that kind of come on shore, and we'll get perhaps a band come in quickly, and then they'll leave, and as it departs, we're going to have plenty of sunshine Wednesday and even Thursday. But once they get a little further away, they're going to help draw down some of that cooler and drier air. Our temperatures are going to come down a little bit into the middle 70s by Friday, and if all holds well, this weekend coming up is going to be pretty good. Temperatures will be close to seasonable levels, partly cloudy skies, and lower humidity. So there's the recap on the tropics for you. We'll keep monitoring it. The next update comes out at around 11 o'clock. Be sure to tune in tonight at 11:30 or thereafter after the football game on WBIR Channel 10. I hope to see you then. Have a good evening.